This is about Ghana, sir. This is about Ghana, sir. So let's focus on Ghana.
Well, if this is about Ghana, then stop trying to import American values into the reasoning of Ghanaian legislation.
I am not an American. I am an African. I'm from Kenya.
Well, Kenyan values are not the same as Ghanaian values.
Why are you pushing this bill that would legalize hate and homophobia in Ghana?
It's a bill to promote proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values. If you have another bill you're talking about, then maybe you've got the wrong man.
Well, I think this is very nice debate, and I'm actually going to ask you this question. Do I have the right to be an armed robber? Yes, I have the right. I have that right to be an armed robber, right? Do I have the right to smoke weed? Yes, I have that right. I have the right to smoke cigarette. Okay, I have the right to do whatever I want to do. I have the right to be whatever I want to be. Okay, that's my natural right. Naturally, I can choose to do whatever I want to. I want to do. I can choose to be whoever I want to be. Do you understand? Okay, let me ask this question. Do I have the right to be a gay or a lesbian, transgender, whatever? Yes, I have that right. Okay, naturally, I can choose. I can decide to do whatever I want to do, and I can decide to be whatever I want to be. Do you understand? But I've been telling you always and every time that we are informative beings, and we are free moral agents. Okay, and let me show you some distinctions between sociology and morality. Okay, sometimes people will tell you, don't I choose to socialize in any manner I want? Yes, you can. Okay, you can, and it has some collaboration with your ego. And I've been telling you about super ego on this platform. Do you understand? This is it. Sociology it talks of how people behave. Okay, that is how people behave. Anyway, like people behave, you can choose to behave haphazardly. You can choose to behave warmly. You can choose to behave good or choose to behave badly. Do you understand? And morality also talks of how people should and must behave. And studying about morality, that is exactly when you begin to think about some supreme deity or some supernatural being. Okay, we have a maker, we have a creator, and there are laws within our universe. Okay, he's shaped laws within our universe. You've probably heard of the law or the supernatural law of karma. That which tells you that whatever you're doing to somebody, you need to be aware of whatever you're doing to them, because surely you're going to get stuff in return. Okay, there is the law of retaliation. Okay, there is also the law of retaliation. I mean, like you doing something in in exchange to what a person did to you. Do you understand? Fancy you replying their stuffs, their bad deeds or their good deeds. I'll be getting with me. Well, and there is also this universal law or this supernatural law. It's called the law of polarity. The law of polarity. And the law of polarity will teach you that if there is of necessity that there must be something positive, there must of necessity be also something negative. Do you understand? Negative and positive. There is a left hand, there must also be a right hand. Do you understand? If there is a woman, there must be a man. And one thing, let's delve into this. You see, logically, you can ask yourself these questions. Perhaps you've not ever thought of any supreme deity. Perhaps you think there isn't any god or there isn't any supernatural being or something like that. But analogy will tell you that as far as we are beings, we are inferior beings, there must be a supernatural being. And a being, the cause of beings, must not be totally different from the beings that he caused. We are effects, and there is a cause. Okay, so this is it. Think of this. Why do we have men and women? Why? Why would the Creator create man and woman? Why at all would that happen? You see, the Creator chose to create man and also to create woman. And he naturally, there are order of things. There are way things should be done. Or be getting with me, right from the very outset of creation, we've ascertained that there has been no society, or there has been no vicinity. There has been no country around the world. There has been no civilization that never produced siblings, or offsprings, via the interactions that went on between a man and a woman, or a female and a male. A male and a male can never produce an offspring. A female and a female can never produce an offspring. You see, this is exactly what Sam Nate George is meditating against. Okay, he's actually saying that we can never accede to any, or we can never accept any sexual immorality in our land as Ghanaians. We can never adhere to anything that goes contrary to the natural order of things. Hope you get with me. We are actually going to witness a program that went on between Sam George and Larry. Okay, Larry of BBC. You see, Larry is an African, but the questions he was propounding, actually, if it was to be me, I think I would be pissed, and perhaps I would cut the conversation. But Sam Nate George was very bold, and he was ready to face anything. That he also actually asked certain questions that are very much intriguing. So we are taking a quick break, and we're returning to the conversation that went on between Sam Nate George, the MP for Ningo Pram Pram, and Larry of BBC. You're welcome back, beloved. May God richly bless you for waiting for us. I've always been telling you about Skin Coat Cosmetics. If you really want to get a product that can help eradicate all dark spots in your skin, or that can help controlling your age, if you want to get a product that can help eradicate any epidemic diseases emerging on your skin, or whatever thing you think is worrying you or troubling your body, or seriously, if there are pimples or some rashes and all that, seriously, Skin Coat Cosmetics has actually come to solve the problem for you. And wheresoever you are around the world, delivery services are available, and they're going to deliver these products at your doorstep. Just pick up the contact that is emerging on your screen and surely contact them. Let's enjoy this conversation.
This is about Ghana, sir. This is about Ghana, sir. So let's focus on Ghana.
Well, if this is about Ghana, then stop trying to import American values into the reasoning of Ghanaian legislation.
I am not an American. I am an African. I'm from Kenya.
Well, Kenyan values are not the same as Ghanaian values.
Why are you pushing this bill that would legalize hate and homophobia in Ghana?
It's a bill to promote proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values. If you have another bill you're talking about, then maybe you've got the wrong man. But if you're talking to me about the bill I'm sponsoring in Parliament, is to promote proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values.
What are these Ghanaian family values in your mind, sir?
The right Ghanaian values, customary value into society. Ghanaian culture.
These members of the LGBT community we're speaking to, sir, are also Ghanaians. They are also Ghanaian. They are part of Ghanaian culture, and they're saying they're gay, they're transsexual, they're bisexual. They are also Ghanaians.
Some of the individuals who were involved in planning terror attacks in America are American citizens. Is it American culture to kill people?
Damn!
That's a false. Yeah, boy. That's a false. That's not the same comparison. But what I want to focus on here is
not the same comparison. You are telling me that because we have people who are carrying out an activity that is illegal per our laws already, and our culture frowns on it because they are found in our jurisdiction, that is our culture.
There were many things that were illegal that are unjust.
Innocent children and teachers.
Honorable MP, there are many things that were illegal, that were unjust, and those laws were changed because they are unjust.
Well, laws are a reflection of society. Until 1960, American society did not find women fit to vote, and so women did not vote there. When they found them fit to vote, society evolved. Society evolves. At this point in time, the Ghanaian society is in a position where it says it is not welcoming of homosexuality. and any other person must respect the views of Ghanaian society. That is the system, that is the society of Ghana.
What's your reaction
Laws
to the members of the LGBT community, sir, that we've been speaking to, who tell us they're afraid for their lives when this bill passes, if this bill passes, that they're afraid to even leave their homes?
Well, anybody who is engaged in an illegal activity should be afraid of the law, shouldn't you? The United States in 2021 remains the most dangerous place for homosexuals.
Sir, this is not about the United States. This is about Ghana. This is about Ghana. This is about Ghana. So I want to focus on Ghana, sir. Hang on. Let me ask the question. Let me ask you the question, sir. This is about Ghana. You are, as part of this bill, legalizing conversion therapy, which UN experts consider torture. Do you believe that homosexuality can be medically treated?
Wait for it. Here it comes.
Tell me how individuals who are born men and decide to become women, is that torture? Because I don't see how different hormonal treatment is from what you call conversion therapy.
Is not the same as conversion therapy. These are very, very different. This is a false equivalence you're making, sir.
No, what's the difference? I would need for you to
I am not a medical expert, but it's been by UN experts who look into this have considered conversion therapy as torture.
Expert, Larry, if you're not a medical expert, and I'm saying to you that we've spoken to the experts here in Ghana, and there is nothing different because conversion therapy is a hormonal treatment. And I'm saying to you that when the individuals choose on their own volition to change their sex, they undergo hormonal treatment. Men go and take estrogen shots to be able to develop female features. And that's the same thing.
That is not the same thing. That is not the same thing, but I want to move away from that because... Because you talked about the United States. You talked about the United States. This American organization held a conference in Accra in 2019, and shortly after you introduced a bill with the same language, including family values. So you're influenced by a right-wing organization which is considered one of the most hateful organizations exporting hate around the world. Is that correct?
It can't be farther away from the truth. Larry, I was never, myself and none of the 7 other colleagues of mine was at this conference. In fact, this conference came to my notice after the CNN's David Mackenzie asked me about it. I have had absolutely no contact with the World Council of Families. You describe them in the way in which you want to describe them. But we also have groups from the United States that are supporting LGBTQ rights, which is illegal in Ghana as we speak right now. Section 104 of our Criminal Offences Act makes it criminal. They are already trying to also influence Ghanaian stuff. This bill is in direct response. You say there was a conference here in 2019, a conference I'm unaware about. However, this bill is and I made a statement on the floor of the House in February, and my statement was clear. It was in response to the opening of an LGBTQ plus advocacy office in Ghana in January. That was supported by members of the diplomatic corps.
So you want to make it difficult for anybody to live an open, free life because of who they love in Ghana, and you want them to go to jail for 10 years. You're happy with that?
Well, you haven't read my bill. It's a misinformation to say that anybody who's found guilty of a homosexual act to go to jail for 10 years. That's a misconception you're peddling, and you should not do that.
They can go to jail up to 10 years. This is just one of the many penalties that is in the bill, sir, that you're encouraging Ghanaians to report anybody who is suspected of being LGBTQ. Is that correct?
Larry, I would advise that you put a job at what you're doing, okay? If you want to put a spin on a bill, right?
Nice.
This is my bill that I passed before Parliament. I'm going to read to you Section 6.3 of the bill, or Clause 6.3 of the bill, or 6.2 of the bill. A person who commits an offense under paragraphs A, B, C, D, E, F, G of subsection 1, which is the section that lists all the offenses, commits a second-degree felony and is liable on summary conviction to a fine of not less than 750 penalty units and not more than 5,000 penalty units, or to a term of imprisonment not less than 3 years or not more than 5 years, or both. So when you talk about 10 years imprisonment for persons engaged in homosexual activities, you are misleading the world, and that's unfortunate.
All right, so you think, okay, 10 years is too much, but 5 years is perfectly fine for somebody who's gay in Ghana to go to jail.
Well, that is the punishment for a second-degree felony in Ghana. And the activity of homosexuality is a second-degree felony.
Honorable George, are you just a hateful person who does not want people who are different from you to have a life in Ghana?
That is a defeatist approach to ask me a question, a defeatist line of questioning, that I'm a hateful person. If I'm a hateful person, we will not be protecting the rights of persons with LGBTQ and saying that you should not, they have a right. They have a right to a fair trial before a competent court of jurisdiction.
What would you do, sir, if your son or daughter was gay?
Well, thankfully, I have 2 sons and a daughter, and none of them is gay.
That's not the answer. What would you do if one of them was gay?
You're asking me to go into the world of abstracts. I'm a lawmaker. I deal with specifics. I deal with specific stuff. I don't deal in abstract. Maybe you should be talking to a storyteller or something.
Will you take responsibility if, because of this bill, people who are going about their lives are attacked by Ghanaians or are harmed because it's legal to do so, or people have been encouraged to do so, or are suicidal for that matter, take their lives because they can't live in that society?
Well, Larry, let me answer your question. Earlier on, I was telling you that this year alone, as of June this year alone, 21 persons had been attacked and killed in the United States.
You welcome back, beloved. I think, I believe you are laughing. Seriously, Sam George is serious. Yeah, he is very serious. And I don't know why Larry is troubled. Okay, perhaps he's doing his work as a presenter or as a journalist. I'll be get through him. He had wanted to interrogate so as to find some answers from some judge, to delve deep into his reason for saying that Ghana is never going to accede to that kind of idea. Okay, so Larry actually chipped in something. Okay, and some judge was like, I am a lawyer and I deal with specifics. You see, so Larry was trying to put some judge in an awkward position. Okay, that's how I see it from my point of view. He was like, so if any of your children were gay or homosexual, what would you do? Okay, and some judge was like, I have children. I think he said I have 2 children, is it boy and girl or something, if I've gotten it correct. But none of them, to God be the glory, none of them is homosexual. And Larry says that no, I'm saying if any of them were to be homosexual, what would you do? And some judge says, Massa, I am a lawyer, thus I deal with specifics. Okay, so I don't do those abstract things. I'll be get to me. I deal with specifics. Okay. So I have the children, and none of them is a homosexual. So why do you want me to tell you something? Tell you about something my children are not already doing? They are already not homosexuals. So I don't know what I would do if any of them were homosexuals. Okay, and I think some judge, if none of them by God's grace is a homosexual. That's exactly what some judge said. Okay, Larry actually had to quit the conversation because looking at how the man was actually throwing shades seriously. I think you watched it and you enjoyed the program. Sam George, may God richly bless you wherever you are. I know, yes, just as he said, America isn't in Ghana, or the Western world isn't in Ghana. Their institutions aren't in Ghana, all because they wanted us to accept LGBTQIA+. Okay, that idea wasn't in the terms. Okay, so some judge is actually saying that the Western world, if you're hearing us, if you're hearing Ghana out, if you're hearing Africa, we are saying that you have to deal with us in our own terms. Okay, if you have to deal with that in our own terms. So if we are not accepting or acceding to these styles, and for that matter, you want to move away from our country, yes, you are good to go. We have everything. We have our raw materials, and it's about time we begin to value our own stuff. You get that? It's about time we begin to value our own products over here. We have to be buying that of Kojosafo, Kantanka, and all. How we get through it. So Ghana has everything. We have everything. So it's about time we begin to know what our donors are trying to get from us. And surely they try to always put us to a ransom, but they can never do that to us because they are not here because we 100% need them. They are here because we need them 50%, and they also need us 50%. Even they need us 80%, and we need them as on 50%. I'll be get through me. Ghana is a sovereign state. Ghana is a sovereign nation. Ghana is a sovereign country. Ghana has a family values, and we respect our family values. Okay, and the Western culture, the Western world can never decide for us when it comes to our local matters, or our local laws, our local our local dealings, and all the topic gets with me. That just as the American Secretary of State said to it's okay. Let me end it up here, and we continue some other time. May God richly bless you for taking time to listen to the program. Make sure to drop a comment in the comment section, and make sure to also like the program, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to help in sharing the program to your loved one. Tag some Natty George for us, and tag all the Western channels for us. May God richly bless you. We meet up here some other time. Bye bye.